Okay. Are we live? I think so. Let me just have a look on my computer. And it looks like we are. And it looks like we're a little crooked. I was having trouble with my setup today. Anyway, hi everyone. This is Kylie from Stampers Workshop. I blog at stampersworkshop.com and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Sorry this is a little crooked. Everything's crooked today. Anyway, let's get going. As you can see from the title, we're going to do a walkthrough of the Stampin' Up annual catalogue for 2022-2023. It's live now, so I can actually show you the inside pages. Yay! It's a gorgeous catalogue. Hopefully all of my customers have now received your copy. If you haven't, let me know and I will arrange for another one to be sent to you. If you have, let me know what your favourite items are. I've got quite a few, as you will see as I go through. So, first of all, how gorgeous is that? You've already seen this card. I made it a couple of weeks back. It's just stunning. Okay, then we can see more on the inside from this same suite, and I can tell you right now, I will be casing these. I just think they're gorgeous. Then we always have the little bit from Shelley and Sarah, the co-founder and current CEO, and their families. And then we have our table of contents and things to look out for. You've got the N for new products. This icon means it's reversible, so you can actually use the stamp both sides. I don't have any I can show you. We have distinctive stamps. They create different opacities when you stamp them. And we have quick and easy projects. So they're the sorts of things to look out for when you're working your way through the catalogue. Obviously it's a table of contents and it's broken down so you can easily flick to the pages that you're interested in. Don't you just love how it's all laid out? It's all beautiful. I'll try not to spend too long going through everything because, excuse me, because it is a big catalogue, but there's just things, I like to go through it, and I have been told you guys like it as well, so I can point out some things that you might not have noticed. It certainly helps me discover things I haven't noticed. So let's get going. Isn't that beautiful? It's all showing how it all coordinates beautifully, and it does, and that's one of the things I love about it. Stampin' Up also has lots of kits. They're tending not to put them into the catalogues these days because they come in and out of the range. So if you want to see them, go to stampinup.com.au/kits and you can see all the current ones. I do show them on my website when they become available. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. I can't believe I haven't ordered this yet. This is called the Tea Boutique, and things I wanted to point out to you. If you want everything in the suite, I think we are still a bit crooked. Let me pop it up a bit. You'll see this is the Tea Boutique suite name, and if you use this order code, it'll cost you $117.50, but you get everything that's included in there. So that's the cup of tea bundle, so that's the stamp and the die set, plus you get the designer series paper, plus you get the boutique cards and envelopes. Now, of course, you don't have to buy it that way, but if you think you're going to buy everything, then that's a really good code, so you don't have to enter in all of the different ones. Also, whenever you see here a bundled section, it means you get a 10% discount because you get the stamps and the coordinating dies. So look out for that, because who doesn't like to save a bit of money? I shall do. Also look out for this one. This means that these dies can fit in your mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So good to know. Don't you just love the colours? I didn't get this one, but it's on my to get list. The next one you can see is Sending Smiles. It's also a bundle. I can actually show you this one. It's a photopolymer stamp set. It's really cute, and it's got this really great die set that goes with it. Once again, you can buy it together for a 10% discount, or you can just buy what you like, basically. I love the samples, and see how they've used these cute little labels. Isn't that awesome? You can also see here that you can, with the die, you can die cut just a really thin sending with the shadow You can stamp it and then die cut it, so it gives you a couple of options for a couple of different looks. So I really like this one. I also really like their samples, and I think, oh, there's a case or two in my future over here. Next one, the Pansy Patch. That's a continuing one from a previous catalogue. Bottled Happiness. Once again, another bundle. Yay! Celebrating You. Here's a really nice one. I can show you this as well. This is a really large photopolymer. So this would be great for like a full card front. As you can see, really lovely. And it's just got really sweet sentiments. And I love this. I love it. I know I say that for everything. Okay, let's continue. This one's following through from previous catalogue. This is great. Anyway, we'll keep flicking through. Lovely in Linen. This is another suite. And what I didn't point out, they show this on every suite. When you've got the papers, it shows you what colours that are in the papers. So you might, it just makes it easier. And you'll see when we get a bit further on and I show you another one, it just helps if you want to match it quickly. You can just go, oh, here's a sweet sorbet. Let's use that. Don't you love this punch here? I didn't get this one either. It's one of those things you start looking through and you go, ooh, wish I'd got it. Hi, Terry. Nice to see you. Aren't these samples just beautiful? I've got this one, but I haven't used it very much. This is another one that's continued on. You can also see here the Hostess Stamp Set. So when you reach a certain value in sales, you can get to choose some of these exclusive stamp sets. These are some nice. I've seen some amazing things with this bundle, and it's now on my wish list, firmly on my wish list. One of the things I've seen is that a fellow demonstrator in Australia, Kylie Bertucci, actually turned these into those Angry Birds. It looks so amazing. So if you have anyone who loves the Angry Birds, that might be one for you. So I'll keep flicking through because I don't want to take too long. Here's another suite that we talked about. Once again, you can see over here what comes in the suite, which you can buy under the one code, or you can just pick and choose the things that you like. I love this one too. It actually is a stamp set, and you can get the die set that goes with it, and you can see here this yellowy beigey colour. That's what the die cuts out. So it cuts out all of these sentiments, which is really cool. So you don't have to fussy cut or try and find the perfect size label or punch or whatever. It does it for you. That's on my wish list as well. And yes, you'd be right. I have a very, very long wish list. These are really cute. That's on my next wish list as well. These are just standalone stamps. And you see here, this is what we were talking about earlier with the quick project. And you can also step it up. So this one is just stamping same colour, all even Versima onto the cardstock, stamping your sentiment on a punch, punching it out, but then you can step it up with some ribbon or some more torn paper and some bling, and here's some techniques and fussy cutting and things, so you can really step up your projects however you like. Then we've got some Christmas sets. I'm kind of going to skip over these because I don't know about you, I'm so not ready for Christmas to even think about it. Here's another suite which I can actually show you. I don't have the ribbon, but if you were buying the whole suite, you could just buy under this code. And let's have a look at it. So this is the stamp set. It is a rubber, cling rub, and the coordinating die. And then you've got this gorgeous paper that goes with it. Oh, and just when you see this, I actually buy magnet sheets and put all my stamps on, dies onto magnet sheets. So yours won't come with this magnet sheet. It'll just come on cardboard that you can just peel off. And the same with these. You have to actually assemble your stamps, but it's pretty easy. And I do have a video you can see to show you how to do that. Anyway, here are these beautiful papers that coordinate. They have some really nice patterns on the front and just more plain patterns on the back side, which I think is really great, because just so you don't know how to use this side. I think they're great. So you get two each of the designs. these you could fussy cut if you like as well, to add a little bit of extra dimension to some of your projects, or create your own scenes with these ones. Really lovely. So that's the Happy Forest Friends suite. Really cute. I can't wait to start using that. And they're just awesome. Okay, let me just move that out the way and let's move on. And this one here, I'll show you this one. This is the Elephant Parade bundle. It's very cute, which is why I got it. It's a cling stamp set and has these cute little elephants. I'll never forget your kindness. What a happy day. Sweet little one, friends forever. So you can make a little baby card, congratulations baby card, or just a nice card for a friend. And it's got some sweet coordinating dies. So that's another of my favourites. I love this little dog. It's just so cute. And the sentiment, I'm blown away by you. Very cute. This is returning, but don't you love this one? I think it's great. So you can see if it's got an N, that's a new one, and I have that one too. This is called This Birthday Piggy, and it's got, it's your birthday, hope it's the best, thinking of you, we enjoy the ride. This little piggy says happy birthday, go to your happy place and stay there all day. So you can mix and match. And in the balloon, in the banner here, it says happy birthday, but you could actually creatively mask that and not stamp that sentiment, and you could put in your own. I suspect this we might fit, or you even might just put a banner or a balloon, leave the banner, or add the butterfly, or just do something a bit different if you don't want the happy birthday. Okay, let's keep going. This is beautiful. This is the Abigail Rose suite, and once again, I didn't pick everything out, but if you did want everything, you just go over here to this code, and it tells you under here what is included. It's just gorgeous. In fact, on my blog on the 14th, you'll see a card I've made using this suite. So this is the stamp set. It's a cling one, and it has these great coordinating dies. Now, this paper that is part of the suite, I found out this, one of my friends on our Stampers Anonymous group told me. So let's just have a quick, oh, so pretty. What I love about this is that you can colour them with your blends or watercolour pencils, or just sponge colour them, or leave them blank, and whichever way you go, it will look lovely. It has this more neutral tone on the back. This you could colour, and there's two each of these designs as well. And if you're not sure what the colours are, you can refer to this guide. So Petal Pink, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, Very Vanilla, Smoky Slate, and Basic Black. This one, see, what do you think? Flowers. Look at this one, like, you don't, this is not flowers. You could use this for any sort of card. Now, I learned this yesterday. Let me see if I can just take this die out. Apparently, if you, yep, it does. If you position die on this bit of paper, it will cut out all of those pieces. I love it when Stampin' Up does that. That's so cool. So keep that in mind when you're working on it. Okay, let's just pop that aside. That's cool. That's really cool. I like that. Kind of lets you do a few different techniques. Here's another of the papers. This I think would look really cool just as it is, but you could add a little bit of colour to it as well. Another soft background. So I love that. I think I could do a whole lot with that. So that one is the Abigail Rose DSP, part of the Abigail Rose suite. So let's pop that aside and keep going. So these, don't forget that, that's a really good guide. You'll see on mine actually, I tend to label them just so that I don't have to go to the catalogue. You can see here, it does actually tell you what the colours are here, and because I'm getting old, I like to make it a bit bigger, so I pop a sticker on it with it so I can see it pretty easily. I just find that to be helpful. Okay, if you like big greetings, have a look at that. Aren't they cool? Some another more big greetings. Do you know, I never got this one because I thought it might have been retired after a season, and I think 3 catalogues later it's still here. I still don't have it. I still think it's lovely. I love the combination of the 2 fonts. Here's another suite which I think is fantastic for a couple of reasons. Mainly, the paper is gorgeous. The designs are gorgeous. It's called the Awash in Beauty. Once again, you can buy it by the suite or just the bundle or just the paper. And I got a couple of the things. I bought the True Beauty bundle, so the cling stamp and the coordinating dies. Now you might remember a little while ago I made a really fun, well, it was a sympathy card, but it had a fun technique of creating a trellis. Have a look at that. Now you don't have to do that fussy work yourself. It's a really thin trellis that you can create. Worth it just for that die. So I'm looking forward to doing some things like that with that. And I think one of the examples, yeah, has it in like a goldy colour, and doesn't that look just perfect? I just love it. This card's got an example of it as well. And then there's a coordinating paper pack, which is called Awash in Beauty. And see, this paper, if you don't know how to use it, one idea would be cut it in half and cut it into panels. And then you've just got a card base already done. You could just add a sentiment, bit of ribbon if you wanted to step it up a little bit. Card's done. But then it has this beautiful pink on the back. Some nice green. You could fussy cut these out if you wanted to. Now, that's a good, I was just thinking, I wonder if the dies cut these out as well. Let's position them and have a look, shall we? Maybe not. Maybe I've got, yes, it does. There you go. So that one does. Are you like me? Sometimes you just turn these things around and around and around. There you go. So yeah, some of these will cut out. So if you don't like to fussy cut, that's your answer. I think these blue ones as well. Yeah, that one as well. And hopefully these big green leaves. So there you go. That's really cool to know. So you can do that. Then it has this beautiful, I love the backs sometimes as much, if not more, than the patterns. But they're all beautiful. Oops, I missed one. Isn't that green lovely? I love this too. And this one. So that's the Awash in Beauty suite. Let me pop this aside. Put these dies aside. I don't want to lose them. I'll just pack that up just quickly. But I do love that. Okay. Next, let's flip through a bit more. Some of these you've already seen. You can't go wrong with sentiment sayings, sentiment stamps. If you're a little bit religious, there's some new religious ones. I think they've been missing over past catalogues. I love these examples, aren't they beautiful? And this one too. This is a new rose gold specialty paper and it's just gorgeous. I didn't notice that the first time, well, the first 10 times through the catalogue. And I love this as well. I love this too. So once again, look out for these 10% bundles, and here it tells you that they go through the mini. And here's a quick project, but you can step it up if you want to. If you're after some masculine things, this suite might be for you. And I hear too that these papers aren't just papers, that they actually come with die cut pieces as well. That must be these, so that you can just punch them out. I don't know if they're stickers or just papers. I think they're papers. We'll find that a bit later on down the back of the catalogue. So it's a great suite, and that's on my to get list as well. So let's flip through. You saw the other day I made a card using this, and that's the Breathe For You bundle. So you can stamp and cut out the individual pieces, or just use them like this in the background, where they've just cut out use the dies and not actually use the details of the stamps. So that's a cool set as well. For I kind of tend to think it's more masculine, but you might have some other female friends who would love that just as much. Some nice. That's a really interesting set to me. I love how they've used it. I also got these ones because of these examples. So watch for a recreation of those. I love the fact, I don't know that I would have got this one if I hadn't seen it used in both this card and this card. So it's the Bamboo Beauty, and it's sending caring thoughts. The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that breaks. Japanese proverb. A true friend is the one who holds your hand and touches your heart. Gabriel Garcia Marquez. You are so loved, grateful for all that you do. And then this one, they're both clean. Beautiful panda. I love it. Look at it. So some really sweet images there, and I love that you can work them together if you want to. Okay. I feel I'm not talking too fast, just want to get through it. There's so many things I could point out, but where do you start? I really like this set too. I keep getting drawn to it. I haven't seen too much with it yet, but I might have to get it. Might not. I don't know. This has become a really popular set. It's called the Sun Prince, and you get this really interesting pattern paper with Pacific Point, Night of Navy, Starry Sky and Grey Granite. Really interesting colours, and I love this imagery as well. Then we pop a bit further. Some really nice. Oh, these are these reversible ones that I was telling you about. So you can see these icons. That means that if you can stamp on one side of the stamp with this detail, but you can stamp on the other side and just get the solid image. And that's the same, it'll actually show you with these little lines what you get both sides. So it's basically just the reverse of that. So you can create some really interesting looks. Some of these are returning. I'm glad this one is, because I love the dies that come with it, and I would be sad not to be using them anymore. This is another of those sweets. I haven't seen much with this either, but it's got some really interesting paper. I think it'd be fun to look at. Some nice sentiments. If you like your lighthouses, and I know it's a favourite with many, here's a new Lighthouse Set. This one's been around for a little bit now. I like this one too. I don't know, something about it. Let's just go a bit faster. Some really cool examples. This one, very popular, hand pen petals. I'm glad it's continuing for a bit longer. And here comes this one. I love this. I love this so much. I did get the whole suite for this one. And there's a couple of things I want to point out. So it's got this lovely stamp set. It's photopolymer, and it's got some really sweet sentiments. Sending many thanks for all you do. Congratulations. You are wonderful in every way. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. Friend, best wishes. Happy birthday. So it's amazing. The samples are amazing. The papers are amazing. The dies are amazing. There's a few things about the dies I want to show you. I just love them. So this one creates really interesting backgrounds, but it doesn't necessarily cut through every piece. Some of them will be ones you can sort of flip up if you want, just to add a little interest. So that's really cool. These are actually border dies, and they will cut, so you'll end up with either little round notebooky ones, or little square ones, or rectangular ones. So they'll cut off the edge, so they're really cool. Plus, they actually coordinate with the absolutely gorgeous Hues of Happiness paper. Now, I've been using mine, so it's looking a bit worse for wear, but the paper is just stunning. Stunning. Bright, happy. I love the colour coordination. Love the navy. Like, it's seriously one of my favourite papers they've ever done. and I love it because you can use it in so many different ways. But here's a couple of fun things. So you can actually use the dies to cut out these shapes. Now you'll have to sort of cut them in stages because they're too close. For the most part, you'll sort of knock the other one, but that's okay. That's not a problem. So that just makes things easier. But you can also, because the stamps are photopolymer, which means you can see through them. Pop these on your block, and you can actually stamp over the top. So if you thought that perhaps some of these lighter ones were a bit harder to see, stamp and you've got this beautiful dark outline. You could use black, basic grey, or you could coordinate it with the colour that's already there. So fresh freesia, or you know, one of the other colours. Isn't that cool? I just love that. It just gives you more options. So this is one of my favourites. I've already got a whole pack of pieces cut out ready for different projects. So I die cut these, but I fussy cut some of the other ones that don't have the dies. And also my recommendation too is, see how you've got some of these that go over the edge? Don't get rid of them, because you can always pop them on the edge of a project, or if you're adding a white, you need to add a white insert into your card so that you can write, because you might have used a dark colour cardstock. You can sort of cut it out and position it so that it's sort of hanging over the edge a little bit, and then you end up with a really nice, I don't think I've got any I can quickly show you. That's what I sometimes do, you know, I might put like something like that on the corner, but if I've got one that's sort of hanging over the edge and I couldn't use it otherwise, no, I can't, I must have used them. That's just a really cool way to use up those pieces, because they're too pretty to throw out. Okay, on to, oh, this one also comes with these Glossy Dots, and they are just really lovely, really bright and bold and happy. You can't go. Oh, you didn't, Terry. Oh, I'm glad I could show you that. Yeah, isn't that fun? You kind of, we all think about die cutting, but never actually think that you might actually be able to stamp as well. And you can. And especially with some of the lighter ones where you just might want it to be a bit more bold, I suppose. Yeah, really cool. Okay, keep flicking through because there's a lot, and you've been patient to hang on around this long. Oh, if you like alphabets, here's an alphabet with a coordinating punch. These ones are background stamps, so they're sort of that size. They'll fill our card base if you want them to. This starburst is actually really good, as you can see, with that good, what's it called? The good feelings. Sending sunshine and good feelings your way. Like, they've done it in their example, but I thought it was a really good thing with that sunburst. I think it will really make it pop too, Terry. It's a great idea. So there's the backgrounds. Then if you actually sell your projects, you do need to include a Stampin' Up copyright stamp, and this is the one you'll get it from. These are all of the Angel Policy stamps, so keep that in mind. So whenever I stamp up anything, I use one of these on the back. I have my handmade by me, but then I have that as well, so that I'm in compliance with their Angel Policy. Okay, isn't this beautiful? And I love it when you're looking at here, you can see, like, that's that Abigail Rose stamp that we were talking about earlier. You can see bits and pieces of the different range in it. It's really cool. Have I gone crooked again? Sorry about that. Then we get into the colour, the glorious colour, and here are all the new in colours. Let me just reach across. And here are all the new colours. So Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide and Parakeet Party. And you can get them in basically your A4 cardstock, stamping pad like I just showed you, the refills. So if you're going to use them a lot, get your refills. And Stampin' Blends. And I think I showed you them back a while ago, so I won't show them now, but the normal Stampin' Blends, which are really cool. So if you need any card stock or ink pads or anything, this is the page that tells you all about it. If you need somewhere to store them, here's some good storage options. And then we're going to different sort of bundles and adhesives and things like that. It's sort of, I think we tend to overlook this page, but it's got some really good things in it. For example, colour assortment packs. If you're travelling or anything like that, I love these assortment packs because instead of having to take your whole collection, you get, well, this is what I've done in the past. I buy an assortment pack of everything and then I've got all the colours and I don't have to worry that, oh, if only I had this. If you find that, say, you like to use one colour more than a lot, for example, I use Granny Apple Green a lot, I might throw in an extra couple from my own stash, but basically everything's there. So I love that. The other thing, I had thought this fine tip glue had been discontinued because I hadn't seen it in the catalogue, but it's back in the catalogue because it hasn't. It's awesome. And I use it a lot, especially for really delicate things. It's got a little bit of a metal thing to go in here. Don't force it. You don't want it to bend, but it'll keep that nozzle clean. And I use it for all sorts of delicate things. I love it. I'm so glad it's still around. Then we go into the fun things like embossing, etc. So there's some new decorative masks, which it's a bit hard to see there, but I think they'll be really cute. And all of the tools that you need during pens. Of course, don't forget your blending brushes. Blending brushes are awesome. Then we come to the paper. Now we did look at all of the papers as we were going through, but if you just like your papers, come to page 131 and you can see them in a bit more detail, including this one, which doesn't come as part of a series per se, but don't overlook it. So I just started working on this yesterday. It's called Perfectly Penciled, 2 sheets of 6 double-sided designs in black and white. And it has like the sketch drawings on the one side and then more bold backgrounds, I suppose, for want of a better word. And you can do so many things with them. I like to colour, so that's what I've done, or started to do rather. I haven't finished yet. So they're really lovely. So you can, once again, colour them in with your blends or your markers, whatever you'd like. I've just been playing around. Let me find. So watch for this in the card coming soon. So I actually coloured in this one as a whole. Something like, there we go. But then because of our sized card stock here, it didn't actually fit how I wanted it to. So I've actually started to cut it apart, and then I can just sort of cut off a couple of pieces. I can then piece them together how I might want them to go and make them into, might just be like that. So that's fun. And the same thing, don't discount these edge pieces. I'm working on another one where I've coloured it in the blue, and I think it'll be fun to do something like that with a sentiment here, and maybe put it with a border, something like that. You could even put another piece up here. You could even pop this up if you like. So don't forget these. Don't think, oh, I can't use them because they're hanging off the edge. There are certainly ways you can use them. So I really love this paper as well. Mainly this. Mainly this. If it was a whole pack of that, I'd probably love it even more. Okay, let's pop that aside. So there are all the papers. You see here too, Stampin' Up always does these designer series papers assortments, and they are in the different colour families. So brights, neutrals, regals, subtles, and the 2 in colour families. and I like them a lot. So, but I found that I tend to use the subtles and the brights the most. So I can show you these. So they come in the colour families, and you get these gorgeous. So regardless of what project you're working on, there will be a pattern paper to go with it. Because sometimes you look at the others and you go, oh, I can't find a whatever colour. Well, all of the colours are actually here. So that one was the subtles, and this is the brights. I love this melon mambo. Isn't it gorgeous? And I talked myself out of getting the new in colours, but I'm regretting that. That will have to go back on the wish list. Are these beautiful? I just think they're gorgeous. And you've got some with a little bit more boldness to them, I suppose, and some that are a little bit subtle. So you can create different looks with it. So I love that. And they're in 6x6. You could do, it's just cool to have them around. 40 sheets, two each of 2 double-sided designs in 10 colours. That's a Hostess one, so if you get a order with certain values, you could choose that as a host reward. Okay, then Memories and More. Now you know I love Memories and More, and so I had to get this one. That one here is called, there's 2, Texture Chic Memories and More, and the Today is the Day Memories and More, and I got the Today is the Day. And I know you can use them for scrapbooking, but I do tend to use them for card making. They have, let's see, 54 total cards, 2 each of 13 double-sided designs in 3x4, and 2 each of 14 double-sided designs in 4x6, 4 sticker sheets. So they have all sorts of patterns, and some are Make Today Matter. Some you can use as journaling blocks, but some of them, like that one, could be really cool as a card. Pop it on, pop it up on that pink melon mumbo. Like, it's so cool. You wouldn't need to do much to it, maybe punch out a heart or something. So lots of really fun designs and sayings and things for both scrapbooking and for card making. So I won't go through them all. Oh, that's nice. Well, I like that. See, that'd be really cool for a card as well. And you could also layer them on top of the big ones. So they're the sticker sheets. They're a thicker sticker sheet. And you've got like Hello and Celebrate. So you could use them for card making. And then you have the bolder, the bigger Memories and More cards. See, like, there you go. There's a card half made. Pop it up with some sentiment, put a heart or something, maybe pop some ribbon, a bit of bling. Done. That's why I like them. But you can make them as so many different. That's a really nice background as well. Habit tracker. So you could definitely use them for your scrapbooking as well, but also your card making. Today is your day. So yeah, so isn't that really cool? Really like that. It's hard because it's hard to see them. I think they get overlooked, but I just love them. They're great. Okay. Also, never forget your envelopes and things like that. I use the clear ones a lot, so if I've made a card, I pop it straight into a clear one if I'm not ready to send it, so I can keep a track of them, but it's protected from everything. And if you just want to make little note cards, they're cute as well. Oh, or slimline. They've kept the slimline envelopes, so that's good too. Then we go into our fancy papers. So that's that rose gold I was telling you about. All these metallics are just really lovely. They're all really lovely, let's be real. You can do so much with all of it. Then into your wrapping it up, things a little bit different. And then we get into the bling. You can't go wrong with any of the bling. I do love it. But I tend to favour, even now, I tend to favour the Rhinestone Basic Jewels and the pearls, because you can colour them. So if I could only ever buy two again, it would be, is that it? Anyway, the basic jewels and the pearl ones, because you can use them as they are, or you can colour them with your blends and create them to be any colour that you like. There's some lovely ribbons. Same deal here. I always like the linen thread, but I also like the white ones. I do like this one as well. But with the white ones, you can dye them with either your Stampin' Blends, or what I tend to do often is just grab a block, grab an ink pad, smush it on, add some water, and then I just sort of dye the ribbon that way. It's super easy. So if you can't get all of them, which most of us can't, I find that a really good way to go. Still can't go wrong with the Stamparatus. It's really good for techniques and just good stamping. What I wanted to show you here though is masking paper. Hooray! We finally got some masking paper. So I've been using Post-it note and Post-it note tape for forever, but sometimes it's just not quite right. So they've now got masking paper. You get 12 adhesive back sheets in a 5x7 size, or 12.7 by 17.8. So I haven't used it yet, but I can't wait to, because it's awesome. Oh, the other thing I think gets overlooked too is, unless you've been around for a while, the Stampin' Scrub. We all kind of went over to the chamois and the baby wipes and things like that, but I still use mine. I've actually labelled it wet and dry just to make it easy for me, because they look the same. And all you do is, mine needs a bit of a clean, is get your stamp cleaner, spray your Stampin' Mist on one side, and then just clean it up, clean your stamp, and then on the other side, and dry it, and it's done, ready to use again. Pop this aside. I wash mine, I think, whenever I feel like it's super dirty. That's it. Easy. Right, here we get to punch bundles. So everything on the next couple of pages is a bundle, and so you'll see here, like the fish builder, they're showing the punch, but it's part of this bundle, and it'll tell you where you can see it on page 70. So if you have bought it and you haven't looked up the back here, you can go, oh, these are some other ideas I could use as well. You like my sound effects? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I do get a bit carried away. So they're the bundles, and then you have these standalone punches, which are good. This one here, really good for labels and things like that, or stamping on. And there's an example through the catalogue where they've actually punched this out 3 times, just add a pattern paper and added a sentiment, and that's pretty much it. Really cool. And I love their stars as well. So you can't go wrong with them. Then we have the tools. And I noticed that the magnets are back, what are they called? Magnetic cutting plates are back in the catalogue, but they're not back in stock here in Australia yet. Apparently they're different now. They're fully magnetic rather than just having little magnets through them. So apparently if you put something on, it's definitely not going to move. And apparently the self-healing nature of it is a lot better. So it's not here yet, but keep an eye on these two. I think they'll be really good. I'm looking forward to getting it in due course. And then just more about the awesome Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. They are really cool. Then we go back into the bundles again for the dies. So all the ones that have been scattered throughout the catalogue, you can now see them in the one section. Plus, as I said, it gives you more examples. So if you're like, well, I've made all the other examples in the catalogue, now you can come here, here's another one. And it tells you, you can buy them separately, but it's always better to get the, if you think you're going to get both at some stage, just get them for the 10% discount. So some really cool ideas there. So they're all the bundles. And then we get to the standalone. And highlight these ones. These are really cool. I love the basic borders and I love the shapes. Some of these do coordinate with stamp sets, and they will tell you. For example, that's coordinates with the Amazing Silhouette Stamp Set. So it's just that they've perhaps been in a previous catalogue and the bundle price hasn't continued. So some of them do have coordinating stamp sets, so check that out as well. But these ones are standalone. And there's these really cool decorated rectangles. I think they look really cool. If you like frames and things, I think this would be really cool as well. Find that one. You can't go wrong with your basics like that. There was one I was going to highlight for you, and it is stylish shapes. So if you like a stitched shape, this is the one. So it's got circles, squares, and also some banners. And it looks like, I haven't actually used this yet. If you can see on the die, it's got the stitch on both sides of the die cut. So that means, like, if you wanted to cut out and leave a frame, it'll have that nice stitch around the outside on the bit that you've left behind. Isn't that cool? I think it just makes it a bit more, you get more bang for your buck, I think too. Now don't forget, you won't get the magnet sheet with yours. That's something that I do, but I label it like that and I add my magnet sheet. Then we get to embossing folders. All the new ones, as I said, marked with the N. This is all about if you are planning to place an order. You get different rewards depending on how much you spend. So keep that in mind, because it's always nice to get a little bit more back. You might even coordinate it and purchase with a friend so that you bump up your total so that you can get a little bit of these Stampin' rewards back. And these are exclusive, so you need to hit certain sales to be able to choose these as yours. Then we come to the best deal in the whole kit, which is even better at the moment. The catalogue has so many good things, and we all end up with huge wish lists. If that's you, if yours is over $169, think about joining, because you get $235 worth of product for $469. Plus at the moment there's a joining special where you get in colour things as well. So it makes sense. And it doesn't mean you have to run it as a business or anything like that. It just means that you can get your things a little bit cheaper and get a little bit more bang for your buck. At the end we have the index, so everything is in alphabetical order, which is great, and it tells you the ordering code, the price, and the page number. I just think that's great. I tend to go through this in my other catalogue. I will then go through and highlight both the index and throughout the catalogue what stamp sets I've got, just to make it clearer. Here's your normal accessories index, which is a little prettier than previous years, and all the legal stuff, and a really pretty background as well. So there we go, we come to the end. Thank you for sticking by me through to the end, because I know it goes for a long time by the time you start going through every page, but there's lots to see, things you might have missed. The one that I was really excited about was this masking paper. I love masking, and to have some proper masking paper, I'm really looking forward to getting that. But I didn't notice that until it was about the second or third time I looked through the catalogue. So thank you. I hope I've given you some hints and tips and showed you some things you might not have seen before. And I hope you have a fantastic day. If you're interested in purchasing anything, you can find all the links to my online store through my blog at stampersworkshop.com. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye.